So one of the most common questions I get is what gun to use for home defense. To take care of people like this. Let's find out. Let's talk about home defense guns. However, before we talk about home defense guns, I just want to say a couple of things. So, this thing right here is your friend, all right? So, if something is to happen in your house, you don't need to be a hero. You don't need to hunt anybody down or do anything like that. What you need to do is call 911 right away with your cell phone. And what that's gonna do is a couple of things for you. So call 911, put it on speaker, and kick it across the room, all right? That way, one, it's gonna keep you a little bit calmer because you have somebody to have a conversation with. Two, everything's gonna be recorded, all right? Three, you can talk to 911 and you still have both hands free, which is really important, okay? You don't want to be on the phone like this, talking, and you have a gun in the other hand, and you're trying to open doors or close doors or whatever you're doing. You don't want any of that happening. So call 911, put it on speaker. They will at least keep you a little bit calmer than you would be as if you thought you were by yourself. Okay? So I picked 4 different weapons. First one is a pistol. I think that's very common. I don't think pistols are the perfect home defense gun. Why? They could be, but most people don't want to put the work in to become proficient with one, okay? You don't learn how to shoot any gun with one lesson or one class or by taking your fucking CCW exam or getting your fucking concealed weapon permit. It's something that takes constant maintenance to be good at, just like any sport, okay? You have to get really good with it. Pistols are probably the hardest ones to learn, okay? They're the simplest, but they're the hardest to actually hit what the hell you're trying to hit, all right? But if you are proficient with your pistol, when it comes to home defense, one thing you want on any of your weapons is a light, okay? That way you can ID what the issue is if you need to, or who the bad guy is. You know, if you have family members, you sure as hell want to make sure you identify what the fuck you're about to shoot before you shoot, and the only way you're gonna be able to do that is with a light, unless you're gonna turn every light on the house on, which isn't a bad idea. So, doesn't have to be a Glock, it can be whatever the hell you want, but you need hollow points, not ball ammo, okay? You need a light, and you need to be proficient with it, okay? I don't recommend this because most people aren't good enough to be proficient with it. So, there's that. Getting ready to do some testing about the stuff we talked about earlier. I brought John Rossi from Timberstone Construction and Men of the Forge, and he made an interior-exterior wall that we're gonna do our penetration test with. So, you wanna give us a little explanation on that?
Yeah, man, let's check it out. So here we have an exterior wall. Obviously, you're gonna have your drywall on the inside. We have our 2x4 studs, which makes up the framing. And then this wood area here represents an exterior OSB, which is your next layer. After that, we have a little bit of plastic, which is a vapor barrier. And then as a mid-range, obviously a brick house is gonna have less penetration, but we went ahead and put this hardy siding on the backside because I assume that's what most people are gonna have in their home, is something like that. And then these two pieces of drywall are representing an interior wall that the bullet might pass through and then get to the exterior wall as well.
So one more time for those of us who aren't construction people. Interior wall, exterior wall. This is a person on the other side. There's the bad guy that is in your house. So we're gonna shoot through Bob, into the wall, through this wall, and see if the round is gonna injure an innocent no-shoot, okay? And basically, essentially what we're doing is a bullet penetration test. All right, so we're gonna start off with the AR-15. Just like I said earlier, green tip is fucking bullshit, so we're using Black Hills 77 grain ammo because that has some knockdown power, all right? So 1 round, suppressed. All right, we're clear and safe. Let's go see what we got here. All right, so Bob takes one through the chest, going through our interior walls, both of them. All right, there's the hole right there. The bullet actually broke into 2. And then here's our exterior wall. All right, I may have hit the stud. And then if you look back here, we have no penetration and Bob's cousin over here is safe. Which actually, I can't fucking believe that just happened. So I was expecting this to go through a lot more than that. So we're gonna shoot another one and see what happens, just to make sure it wasn't a fluke. All right, so just real quick, we didn't get any penetration. I just wanna make sure it didn't hit the stud, so we're gonna clack another one off into Bob. See if we get full penetration here. Let's go downrange, check it out. Shot Bob, came a little higher, center chest. As you can see, here we go through the interior wall, into the exterior, right out the siding here. And Bob number 2, Bob's cousin, has also taken one to the chest. So I think we hit the stud on that first one. So anyways, it's going through interior, exterior, and Bob's cousin. So this probably is not your best bet when it comes to home protection. All right, so we saw some results with the AR-15. Couple of things to keep in mind. Number 1, round selection is extremely important, especially with this thing, all right? One thing that we heard a long while ago is everybody shitting their pants because somebody's gonna ban green tip, armor-piercing rounds. I am here to tell you from experience, green tip fucking sucks. We moved to 77 grain Black Hills ammunition, which has a lot more knockdown power. It's a heavier bullet and it works. So if you got green tip in there, get rid of it. It's not gonna do what you think. It's actually pretty detrimental. So anyways, with that being said, a couple things with the AR. Why do I have a suppressor on it? Okay, if you're gonna use this thing inside as a home defense weapon, these are loud. Now, I know what you're thinking. Who gives a shit if it's loud? Well, your fucking kid might give a shit and your wife might give a shit, and it's already a extremely stressful situation that you're in. The quieter you can make it, the calmer they're gonna be. If all they hear is, you know, gunfire, 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 and it's the loudest damn thing you've ever heard, then everybody's gonna shit their pants. So as stupid as it sounds, if you can keep it quieter, then your family just might be a little bit calmer and, you know, what would probably be the worst scenario that you've ever been in. So that's why I do that. Also, what do we got here? A light, just like I mentioned before. The red dot is great. Why? Because put the thing on the target, pull the trigger, and it hits whatever it's on for the most part, okay? This is really easy for women and children to shoot because there's damn near zero recoil, okay? You saw the results down there. They weren't bad. Still wouldn't be my choice, but if that's all you got, then so be it.